guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 5 of the Spy Hunter restoration. We are going to start getting the bodywork fixed on the cabinet. Hopefully we can just get all the bodywork fixed tonight so that maybe tomorrow we can get it primered. And then I want to start putting Journey together this week. I might have found a tape deck interface board, an original one. I'm waiting for the guy. I've bought several parts from him over the past year or two. Really good guy. He said he had a few of them, so hopefully I can get one of them from him, and then Journey will be 100% running on original equipment. I did buy that new board, which I'll just keep that in case I need it, but at least then I can say that the Journey is 100% original. Nothing is new on it. I looked at the cabinet. I was not in the shop yesterday. It's 7 o'clock at night now on Sunday. I literally worked 10 hours yesterday, 8 hours today, helping my buddy with his shop, doing all the installation and putting up the wall paneling and stuff for him. So I didn't make a video yesterday. I wanted to get out here and at least get the bodywork started on Spy Hunter because I want to get that thing painted. I want to get this cabinet painted in the basement because I need to paint this pickup truck, and I need to get these games out of my way so that I can get the pickup truck into the spray booth. So I really like to get this thing painted maybe by next weekend so that I can take the Spy Hunter cabinet in the basement and then we can start doing all the little parts, getting them prepped. Journey, I've been doing the little parts and the cabinet at the same time because I just want to get it completely done and finished. Let's go take a look at the Journey. I looked at it a little bit ago and it looks awesome. Normally I wouldn't say it's awesome, it's perfect, but I'll tell you what, this one's pretty damn good. I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm happy. Paint turned out awesome. The finish is beautiful. No dirt in it, nothing. It's got in my opinion, it's got the perfect sheen to it. I did untape the inside. I got a little bit of gray overspray right there and there. I'm gonna have to sand that off. But look at that finish. I think that's perfect. I don't like real shiny cabinets, and I think this is about what it was originally, maybe a hair shinier, but I like that. I like this right where it is. You can see the inside, how clean that is. A little probably overspray there. I'll probably just hit that with the sander as well. But other than that, this thing's ready to start going back together. And I have all the parts for Spy Hunter everywhere right now. But look at how dirty the spray booth is right now. I didn't even clean it in here because I knew I was doing these little parts and stuff. Obviously, I'll have to clean it when I paint that truck. But, I mean, look at the results. Even with dirty floors, I put paper on the floor, and that keeps the dirt from coming up when you're spraying. But I'm very happy with that. So more videos coming on reassembly of this week. I want to get the monitor back in it, get the coin door put in it. I want to start getting all the stuff that I have prepped and ready back in the cabinet. Oops, I accidentally turned the fan on rather than turning the lights off. I want to get all the parts that are laying around here back on the cabinet first. The monitor for Spy Hunter is right here. You can see it's got original Spy Hunter burn-in on it, which is fine by me. But this needs to be cleaned. I don't know that this needs a cap kit. And I don't know that I want to do it, to be honest with you. I might just take it all apart, clean the chassis and everything, put it back in. If it poses a problem in the future, then we'll rebuild it. It's not that big of an issue. But we might as well run it the way it is. You know what I mean? Why waste parts if we don't need to put them on there? We do need to fix this back door for Journey, which is right here. This is pretty screwed up. And this was an original Pac-Man back door. It looks like, well, that's why it's yellow, would be my guess. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive that's what it is. So somebody must have lost the Journey back door at one point, but this looks just like the Journey door did, so it is what it is. We're gonna have to use it. We'll probably paint the back side of the door black as well, just so that it's black on both sides and clean. So let's get started on this. This isn't too beat up either. Bottom of the cabinet is not too bad either. It's been a little wet right here. We need to get new leg levelers on here. These are all screwed up. Look at that. Actually, that would, that's not good. That's not good. We might be putting a new bottom on this, guys. We might put a plywood bottom on this cabinet. This is a heavy game, and I really don't want to have a shitty particle board cabinet bottom. So I'm thinking we're gonna put a new bottom on it. I didn't know that was like that until just now when I yanked on it. So I think it's time for a new bottom. So what we're gonna do right now, I wonder if we should just bust this off now and cut a new bottom on this video, pop it on. We'll make it out of plywood, and then we can get new leg levelers on it. Then when I stand it up, it won't be rubbing this edge on the floor because the bottom's flush with this. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go grab my van, bring it back here so that I can get some tools out of it to cut a new back door. Should have some 3/4 inch or 5/8 plywood in the back building. So we'll have to, looks like this is just nailed on. So let's see if we can pop this off first. We need to get it off in one piece because if I bust it all up, it's gonna be a little bit harder to make a template, which I could still do it, but like the cutout for the gas pedal and stuff, I want to make sure that's the same. So I guess other than doing body work, we're going to be making a new bottom now. All right, shoot, I gotta grab a hammer. All right, let's take this apart real quick, then I'll go grab my van. My van's parked up front, so I just gotta drive it back here. So I want to get these plates. These plates, I guess they can stay on. We need to get the wheels off because they bolt on here. Actually, they might just bolt on there. Okay, these are a little different than the ones that you buy at Arcade Shop. They come around the back. These ones look to be a little bit different. So that should be a 1/4 inch nut driver. We're obviously going to save the wheels. I don't see anything wrong with them. Clean them up. Yeah, we'll clean those up. We honestly can pull that pin out, clean this metal, paint it silver, clean the wheel, and it'll look brand new. That's what we'll do. An old lock bar that's cut off. All right, so we got that off. Let's see if we can, I'm gonna show you a trick on fixing this tonight. We might not get to all the body work now that I'm gonna replace this bottom. I only have so much time tonight. I'm trying to get Christmas lights up earlier, and now it's got dark out, so now I'm working out here for a little bit. But I'm gonna show you a different way to fix this. So we might just do one side of body work tonight, I'm not sure. See how it goes. So let's see if we can tap this bottom off without destroying a bunch of other stuff. Break it, and I might have to because I can't really swing the hammer in here because of this back plate. Maybe I get in here. Sometimes you just got to get inside. Pretty nasty. I wonder what that spring's for. Better save that. All right, that's just lint. Wasn't sure if that was a mouse nest. Okay, need to clean this up a little bit. And we'll be ready to put a new bottom on it. really not too bad at all. I get my multi-tool and we'll cut this right here, cut all that garbage off of there. The rest of it looks fine. So, all right, let me go grab my multi-tool real quick. Okay, what better time than now to blow all that old nasty stuff out. I'm not going to grab my van. I'm just going to cut this with a circular saw. We don't need a table saw and everything else. I have a brad gun in here. We'll probably use a stapler. So I need to go get a piece of plywood out of the back building, get a couple sawhorses set up. We'll go outside. It's like 50-something degrees still at 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, whatever the heck time it is. Middle of November in Ohio. It's pretty impressive. So let me go grab a piece of plywood. What are these? I don't know what that is. Huh. I wonder if something to do with ventilation. That's weird. It's underneath of where the, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's underneath the gas pedal. Huh, that's weird. We should probably drill them back in there. And also, I need this piece. I need to save that bracket. So I need to get, let me just get that off there first. Guess I'll try to use the multi-tool and cut it off. I take my time with the multi-tool because I don't want to get into the piece that I want to save. Same thing back here. That's why I took my time with it. I wanted to get it cleaned up nicely. Let's see if we can multi-tool that off. Might have to pry it off. Okay, let's take some measurements on this bottom. I dug out a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. See what we got here. We're going to get our best measurement for the width of this cabinet on the back versus the front, because I took the front piece off, if you guys remember, because I think it was screwed up. I wonder if I'm making a new front, or why did I take that off? Maybe to clean it, I don't know. But anyways, so this is where I'm going to get my best measurement from. Chances are the measurement here is going to be a little bit different than up there, because now the bottom is missing and the front is off, so it could have opened up a little bit. So we got 23 1/4 and 23 3/8. So as you can tell, this side sprung up a little bit from having it removed. So we got to go 23 1/4, and our length is going to be, we're going to measure the original piece itself, 23 1/4 by a 1/16 under 31. So 23 1/4 by 15/16. 23 1/4. I wonder if I should do it the other direction. Double check my measurement here. Yep, 30 and 15/16. Okay, while it's whole, let's go ahead and make our notches. And then I'm gonna have to run in the house after we cut this and put it on so that I can, I gotta grab some leg levelers and stuff. So now that we have it marked the square size, we'll make this the front factory cut edge. We'll put the other side in the back. So we need 1.5 to 3 5/8. This notch comes down 2 1/16. Now we're going to measure off the same side again and come over to here. And we're at 19 5/8, 22.5. That's not right. 19 5/8, 21.5. I think I said 22.5. And then we should still be 2 1/16 on this side as well, which we are. Okay, that's our 2 wheels. Now we need to cut the front pedal assembly out. 2.5 to 9. One and a half back. Now these have a little bit of a radius corner. I'm using my finger against the edge of the plywood to get myself a straight edge to draw on. Now we're just drawing a little radius on the corners. Just like that. So now let's cut out our notches first, and then we'll cut the piece itself out. Well, actually we'll cut this notch here, then we'll have to cut the piece out and then cut the back 2 notches because it'll be too much of a pain in the butt to try to get to those notches now because there's wood on the other side of it. Okay, back is all, or the bond's all made and everything. We're gonna use some Tight Bond 3 wood glue. This is interior, exterior wood glue. It's really good stuff. Let's test fit this first. Have not test fitted it yet. Looks like it's gonna fit beautifully. Okay, so let's pull it apart, pull it off, let's glue it, and get it nailed in. We're just gonna use brad nails, 1.5 inch. That's all they used before. Might have to put a couple screws. The wood has a little bit of a bow to it. And we're just shooting into particle board. Actually, I think it went. Alright, it actually went in. We gotta grind these couple staples off of here so I can put that back in on the inside. But now we're going to put the leg levelers on. I grabbed one of the 4 leg levelers I grabbed was the wrong one. I'll just put it on for now. I'll switch it out afterwards. I don't feel like going back up to the house. We need Phillips bit. I like using these better than the ones they sell at Arcade Shop, those big squares, because the nuts fall off of them unless you weld them better. I've not had good luck with those. These you can buy on Amazon. Tap them in, put 3 screws in each, and they are strong as can be. We're going to leave the wheels off the cabinet for now so that we can clean them. Alright, get this last one screwed in and we're ready to start doing some body work. Just spin them all the way in for now. Those are 1/2 inch holes if I didn't say that before. I think I took the front off because it was loose, and I figured it would be easier to clean the cabinet up that way. I think that's why I did that. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about this right this minute. Let me clean up a few tools around here, and then we're gonna work on this bigger chip. We're gonna do the whole bottom, but we're gonna work on the bigger chip too. Okay, so particle board is weak. Everybody knows that. It's sawdust glued together with a resin. That's all it is. We are going to put a couple little trim screws into the wood before we put our short strand fiberglass filler on the panel. We're not using resin today. These aren't bad enough to make a resin corner. So we are going to just use short strand fiberglass like we did on the Journey. And we're using these little tiny trim screws, okay? These have a tiny little head on them. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take 2 of them, and we're gonna put them down into the plywood bottom I just put on. And we're gonna leave the head sticking out a little bit. And what that's gonna do is these running down and sticking out is going to give the filler something to wrap around and really make it strong, really make it hold into the wood. So you see how I leave that up a little bit. Just make sure it's lower than the face of the cabinet. Take something and drag it along there. I might do 3. Okay, so now we have these 3 screw heads that are securely fastened into this plywood. So now our filler is going to wrap around this. Let's get rid of any loose junk. And our filler is going to wrap around this. And guess what? It's going to be held solid because those screws are held solid into the new piece of plywood bottom that we put in. But you want to make sure you get all this loose crap off because it's not going to adhere very well to loose particle board. So I probably should have did that before I put the screws in, but that's all right. We'll get it. Just scrape it, all the loose stuff off. Now I'm not going to worry about sanding the cabinet. Right? Well, I guess I could get this. I'll get this bottom edge a little bit with some 80 grit, and then we'll mix up some filler. So yeah, we'll probably do that just to give it a little bit extra biting. This is a little flared up a little bit. All right, let me get the sander hooked up. Okay, we're going to mix up a little bit of the short strand fiberglass. This stuff, like I always use, the Bondo, it says short strand fiberglass reinforced filler. Mix this up, put it on those spots, and then we'll sand them down. And then it probably just needs a little coat of glazing filler. And that'll probably be it for this side, really. So, like I said, this cabinet's in really good shape. There's not too many spots that need touched up. Front, I think, needs a little bit, but that's all right, we'll get it. I think I'm just gonna do the front off the cabinet at first. Obviously, we'll mount it to the cabinet when it comes time to paint. Or maybe I should just paint it off the cabinet. And you see how stringy this is because of the strands of fiberglass in the filler. Put too much on here. Maybe we'll paint it off the cabinet at the front. I don't know yet. Staple it on from the back and glue it afterwards, I guess. Oops. Make sure you guys fold this over. You don't stir it. Any fillers, never stir them. Fold them over. Stirring causes air bubbles, causes headaches in the future. Mix it until everything's the same color. Go throw this on the bottom. Then we let it dry. You know, I'm going to put that screw in a little bit more because the sander hit it. Just to be on the safe side. Now, if I were fixing this with resin, fiberglass resin, I would be doing the same thing with those little screws. I would still put them in the cabinet. Just gives it something more secure to bite to. These down here just need a little bit of body filler, Bondo, glazing putty, whatever. It's really not bad. But I got a little left, so I might as well use it. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. And let me show you the other spots real quick and then I'll wipe that off. So this side just has this little bit of bottom damage. I haven't looked at the other side. It's probably the same. We got a couple nicks here and here. These are all just minor little body filler areas. And we'll hit those before we sand the cabinet because it's obviously rough inside the nick. So we'll hit those couple spots. Very, very minor chipping around the edge. We'll hit all that too. The edge will probably sand before we put some filler on it just because these edges like to flare up. So if we put a little sanding on it, it knocks that down. So I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit and I'll be back. All right, I'm gonna sand this down with some 80 grit and then we'll mix up a little bit of glazing filler and hit this and those couple other spots on this side. Okay, I'm gonna get this sanded down. I'm gonna do the DA sanding on the top surface first, and then we're gonna take the block sander with 80 grit and hit the edges. Okay, this side looks good. Let's stand it up. I just sanded it with 180 after I did all the 80 grit sanding. Let's stand it up and take a look at the other side. This bottom is nowhere near as bad as the other side was. So this bottom is, I definitely picked the worst side first. So let me blow this off. Let's flip it over and let's just get the short strand fiberglass filler on the bottom, and I'm calling it a night. I'm gonna let that dry overnight. Tomorrow I can sand this side down, or Tuesday whenever I have time, and then this cabinet, the shell itself, will just about be ready for primer. Okay, I sanded this edge down real quick, and now we're gonna put this fiberglass filler on here. Like I said, this side is nowhere near as bad as the other side, so we don't need those screws or anything like that. And then I'm ending this video for tonight. I believe I said this was part 5. let this dry overnight, because this takes a good half an hour, 40 minutes to really dry well. So we might as well just let it sit overnight. I don't feel like sitting out here for that long. But we're getting there. We're getting another cabinet close to painting, close to body or primering, then paint. All right, it's another really nice shaped cabinet. Sucked that the bottom was messed up, but you know what? I've got a real solid plywood bottom now, which will never go bad as long as I have it. So, oh, I want to do a shout out to Sean. I forget his full name on YouTube, but he sent me a $10 super thanks, and I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to give a shout out to him and say thank you. And we are done with this video, part 5. So if this is something you guys are interested in and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It just gives you notifications when I post videos, which is at least 5 a week. I do quite a bit of videos. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Please hit the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, guys, I will see you possibly tomorrow, but more than likely Tuesday, because I'm going to be working on Christmas lights tomorrow quite a bit. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.